Pambili Zanu-PF. Pambili nokubatana. Pambili nokugwarira musangano. Pambili Zanu-PF. Pambili kupambana. Pasine mandu. Comrades, I warmly welcome you all to this 395 ordinary session of the Politburo. This meeting convenes as we approach the Heroes' Day and Defense Forces Day commemorations, when our nation honors the gallant sons and daughters of our motherland, Zimbabwe. Many of them sacrificed their lives for our independence, freedom, and sovereignty, while others devoted their lives in selfless service to our country in the post-independence period. This period is therefore an opportune time for introspection and recalibration with regards to the collective legacy we must bequeath to future generations. The rich history of our colossal revolutionary mass party Zanu-PF, along with the social, economic, as well as political evolution of our nation, is unique and in most cases without templates to understudy. We are charting our own destiny and developing models for transformation that best suit our Zimbabwean circumstances as a people. Through the recent constitutional amendments, the party membership and people of our beloved motherland have bestowed immense trust on Zanu-PF. It is thus incumbent on us to constantly enhance the manner we execute and dispense our weighty duties and responsibilities in ever-changing environment. As the senior party leadership, let us remain mindful of our core characteristics of Zanu-PF, that of putting the ordinary people first and striving to improve their lives in line with the party aims and objectives. So far, the National Vision 2030 is clearly articulated and being meticulously pursued. Going forward, our party's governance should do more to realize the intricate balance between expanding national wealth and the embedded objective of improving the well-being of our people. Under the Second Republic, the foundations for sustainable economic growth are increasingly evident in every sector. Mineral export earnings continue on an upward trajectory, with increased revenues as a direct result of value addition, beneficiation, and investment being advanced by the Zanu-PF-led government. Likewise, the manufacturing, tourism, and infrastructure development sectors, among others, have recorded higher contributions to overall GDP of our country. The commendation of our reforms and macroeconomic stability framework by the International Monetary Fund and the staff monitored program attests to the integrity of our policies and economic fundamentals that we are implementing. Additionally, Zimbabwe's admission into the BRICS New Development Bank is a notable achievement that will widen our country's access to alternative, long-term, and sustainable development financing under NDC. Congratulations. Economic growth, however, is not an end in itself, but should respond to the people's aspirations for a better life in ways that best speaks to them. This requires us, as the Politburo, to demonstrate policy and strategic dexterity to support the Central Committee in executing its constitutional mandate. I am pleased that constitutional quarterly meetings held last month reflected the modernization and transmutation of the party as far as thought leadership is concerned. ZANU-PF should continue with this progression as we show consistency of purpose and achieve perpetual results. On the government side, the Second Republic is advancing a whole of government and society approach. Hence, our officials at both the government and the party levels should regularly engage and visit stakeholders and communities at the grassroots level. As a people-centered party, we cannot have one-size-fits-all approach to development, but carefully assess the policies, projects, and programs that meet local conditions to increase the pace at which we lift more of our people out of poverty into better standard of living. The ongoing modernization and development should not leave any district or province behind. To achieve this, our party structures, especially from the branch and the district levels, must be very effective and proffer the relevant socio-economic development strategies and recommendations for each locality. We must transition our governance style to be based on consultation and practical problem solving to accelerate the realization of Vision 2030. Through hard, honest work, innovation, discipline, and optimal utilization of our God-given resources, we shall continue to build a resilient, self-sustaining, and prosperous economy driven by our people and anchored on our national interests. Comrades, a strong, modern, vibrant, and sound party is built upon strong grassroots structures. I am pleased that our colossal mass party ZANU-PF continues to register organizational systems together with the grassroots mobilization strategies and robust recruitment of new cadres that reflect that we are a dominant and a well-oiled machine which is here to stay. I say to our commissariat, well done, well done. I particularly commend party departments for rolling out capacity building workshops across our structures. Such programs are essential for flawless information dissemination to the membership and indispensable in building an efficient, disciplined, and responsive revolutionary movement. I urge the respective departments to scale up this good work with greater focus at the branch, cell, village levels. It is pleasing that steady progress is being made in preparation for the 23rd National People's Conference to be hosted by Mashonaland West Province. The critical outcomes of National People's Conferences or any party meetings is never the numbers that attend, the quality of hosting or comfort of delegates. No. It is the policy output, the resolutions, and impactful decisions we make, and how these will transform our economic, social, and political landscape for the betterment of our nation. I appeal that we never lose sight of this fact. To this end, I exhort party organs and the government ministries to examine and track the implementation of conference and Congress outcomes, resolutions, and decisions ahead of this crucial annual gathering. The rejuvenated standing committees of the Central Committee should help in this regard through continuous monitoring of our implementation matrix. Through the Office of the Secretary General, I expect all resolutions and recommendations emanating from the standing committees and adopted by the Central Committee to be consolidated, processed, and channeled through the appropriate party and government structures for implementation and review. Every party decision should translate into practical steps that ultimately uplift the livelihoods of our people. The requirement to sustain the financial obligations of the party rests on all members. I therefore call upon party organs and structures to ensure that resources are mobilized, contributions made, and fundraising activities undertaken in good time towards conference costs and other needs. In doing so, everyone must strictly comply to the guidelines for receiving donations as recently circulated through the Secretary General's office. We must lead by example. Who is our Treasurer General?
I am, Your Excellency.
Do members of the Politburo contribute?
Yes, they do when I request.
Okay. He says you do when he requests. Anyway, if he doesn't request, you don't. Okay. I was going to assist you. May I hasten to once again highlight that the party is supreme over government and over any individual member or group of members. The synergy between the party and the government must help refine our collective efforts. Cadres deployed in government are directed to carry out their sacred responsibility by faithfully implementing party policies and resolutions with uttermost diligence and patriotism. Any dissonance between party policy decisions and the government implementation agents is unacceptable. My dear comrades, I was pleased to grace and address the National Assembly of the Women's League. Our party-led government is unwavering in advancing a holistic approach to scale up the empowerment of all sections of society. As a strategic component of our demography, the youth and women will continue to be facilitated and enabled to succeed across all sectors of the economy. I commend the micro, small, and medium enterprises sector for playing an increasingly strategic role towards overall economic resilience, employment creation, innovation, and wealth generation. Our Zanu PF government, along with key stakeholders and partners, remain seized with fast-tracking formalization, financial inclusion, technology adoption, skills development, modern workspaces, as well as market access for micro, small, and medium enterprises. I was pleased to commission a rural industrial complex for the production of cooking oil, soap, and detergents, among other products, in Mutoko, National Central East Province. Through the implementation of a responsive rural industrialization and modernization strategy, our government is realizing equitable development that leaves no one and no place behind. At this critical phase of nation building, the interconnectedness of unity, peace, development, and prosperity cannot be overlooked. These pillars are sacrosanct for the achievement of sustainable development, economic, social, as well as political stability of our country. I commend all our citizens and stakeholders across society for the peace, the harmony, and tranquility environment prevailing in our country. We say thank you to our people. Divisive narratives, hate, and denigration of our national institutions, including machinations of whatever form, they have no place in our modern and maturing constitutional democracy. Ngati ngwarire pane moya wa legion semusangano nehurumende ngatigare takasunura counter-revolutionary and retrogressive elements on whatever platform must be exposed and rejected. Preserving, safeguarding, and protecting our peace, security, our unity, and development remains our collective moral and sacred duty, household by household, village by village. Munyika yedu yechipikirwa yeZimbabwe iwene ntose tine basa takawirira. Let us all play our part towards sustaining the irreversible momentum to build a prosperous, modern, industrialized, and upper middle income society by 2030. Finally, on a sober note, we lost a number of comrades since our last meeting. They served our country with unwavering commitment, loyalty, and patriotism. Among them are Major General retired Richard Luodo, Professor Herbert Mapfumo Chinyanga, who were declared national heroes. We also accorded a state-assisted funeral following the tragic road traffic accident that claimed the lives of executive members of the Islanders Football Club. Zanu PF expresses sincere condolences to the bereaved families and the football fraternity as a whole on this sad loss. I now invite the Politburo to rise and observe a minute of silence in honor